All right.
In the year of Lucius Licinius Lucullus, Rome was prosecuting several wars of self-defense, most notably in Greece, where Lucullus himself was commanding the legions. With everyone's gaze directed at the provinces, few could have known that a seemingly inauspicious event in Rome would become the central fulcrum around which the fate of the Republic would turn. The paterfamilias of a venerable patrician house had passed away unexpectedly, and a senator by the name of Vitellius Scaevola had made a bid for the hand of his eldest child. His widow alone believed that Scaevola had poisoned her husband and now strove to take his place and claim his property through marriage. Acting in secret, the widow arranged for her youngest child to be taken out of their villa in the dead of night and smuggled out of Rome.
All right, so it looks like they're definitely using classical Roman pronunciation, which I love because that doesn't happen very often. Quintus. Okay, let's see. Statius Opiter Gnaeus, Sertor Paulus, Tullus, Marcus, Statius. Okay, Appius. Octavius. We'll use Octavius. Attilius. Oh, wow, we have a bunch of different family names. Let's see. Lucretius, and then nickname... Julius, Varus, Paetus, Nepos, Aculeo. Okay, so Aculeo. So let's say Octavius Lucretius Aculeo. And let's see, portrait. Lots of good ones here. Let's see. Okay. There's a few. Let's use this guy. Face 1. Phase 2, Phase 3. Let's see, Phase 3, pale. Let's see, tan. Hairstyle, short, long, medium. Say short. Hair color, let's say brown, dark brown. And then body height, let's say he's tall. Gigantic. No, he's tall. Confirm. Octavius Lucretius Aculeo. Octavius Aculeo Lucretius. Okay, let's see. Nautius. Let's say Nautius. Octavius Nautius. Okay, confirm. Hey, Izzy, how's it going? Oh no, that's too bad. Alright. Let's go into this, confirm with that. Each of these 3 perks unlocks unique dialogue options to persuade other people in different situations. Think about what kind of character you want to roleplay and choose your rhetorical style accordingly. During the story, you may get a chance to master a second technique. Let's see, Pathos, the art of winning people over using stern rhetoric or emotional manipulation. That sounds more kind of like, okay, Ethos, power or your authority. Convincing someone with sound logical arguments and reasoning. Let's say Pathos. Okay. How will history remember you? Augustus, Caesar, Pompeius, or Crassus. Okay, so let's say Caesar, just to start. A legendary general and politician, Caesar, or Caesar, conquered Gaul and nearly became Emperor of Rome before his political opponents assassinated him. If you choose this setting, you will be challenged, but you are likely to rise to greatness. Okay, so Pompeius. So let's do normal. I don't know, this is kind of, it's weird that they have these difficulty levels to set at the very beginning. Pompeius. Okay, so unlike Vikings, you can't tweak individual things here. So let's do normal setting. Let's go normal setting. Caesar. Okay, so we haven't gotten a chance to pick our character's abilities yet.
Did you hear me, Domine? Your body is surely present, but your mind seems somewhere else. It soothes the soul, doesn't it? I had come to think that this sea was so blue in my memories, only because I was young the last time I saw it. But I remembered right. I asked the Triarchus how close we are to Lesbos, but he would not give me a straight answer.
He's just still claims we're close to our destination?
Indeed. In his defense, there are many islands on this sea, and they mostly look the same. Will you check with the Triarchus? Hopefully he will give you a clearer answer. He told me his name is Geminus.
Okay, so we have 3 different options. So one we have right now is the Pathos one. So you just need to use a little more charm, make him like you. I'll see if I can tease some information out of him.
You do have a way of speaking to people's emotions. I'm sure he'll be more helpful to you. You should also go and thank Quintus Aquilinus. I do believe he saved our lives with his timely appearance at the villa.
There are so few passengers on this galley.
Your mother paid Geminus handsomely to set off in great haste under cover of night. 2 others did board with us, also bound for Lesbos. Young Gaius has been pacing impatiently over there, wearing grooves into the deck. There was a gladiator too, but I don't know where he went.
Thank you for coming with Lucina.
Thank you for bringing me along. It will be wonderful to see my homeland again.
We left so quickly, my mother and
Do
sister...
not worry. The Vitellius brothers have no reason to do them any harm. Besides, you cannot save them by worrying. Focus on the task ahead.
Let's see if Geminus knows where we are. Okay, the quest markers point you toward your mandatory objectives and your additional objectives. Quest markers are only displayed for the currently tracked quest. When you have more than one quest, you can change which one you're tracking from the quests menu. Press J to open. Camera to control. Okay, WASD to pay on the camera. Rotate using the middle mouse button. Ah, okay. Press F to make the camera follow your character again. Okay. Ah, there we go. Ah. Oh, okay. So we have to use the middle mouse button this way. Okay. Caeso Quintius
You found your
Aquilinus.
silex quickly, Domine.
Caeso Quintius Aquilinus. Who is this? Gaius. Okay. Let's think.
You handle the
Caeso.
sea better than most. I'm glad.
We were never formally introduced, Centurio. I'm Octavius Nautius Aculeo.
You are not my subordinate. Please, call me Kaiser, if it isn't too familiar.
Then you can call me Aculeo.
With all due respect, I'd better not.
Not
My
Aquilinus.
subordinates call me Centurio, my superiors call me Aquilinus, my friends call me Kaiser.
Can we go over the plan? Our departure is far too hasty to discuss our course of action.
Ah, she did not keep you apprised. Your mother has secretly been making arrangements with the consul. You are to join his command staff as tribunus.
What are the duties
You'll have
of
very little
tribunus?
responsibility. The tribunus of a legio assists the legatus while they learn how to command a military organization. You will not see combat, nor will you make any important decisions. You'll be safe, as your mother wanted.
If I'm going to follow the legion around, I might as well make myself
I'm
useful.
sure the consul will find use for you. You seem to have a good head on your shoulders. You'll get the hang of things quickly. One word of advice. I know Lucullus is a friend of your family, but remember, he is the consul, elected by the people to rule all of Rome. It's best if you don't act too familiar with him in front of his men.
What is your relationship with Lucullus?
For many years, I was the primus pellus of Legio Prima Italica, which he commands. He needed someone he could trust to get you out of Rome and keep you safe.
Will he be returning to your position when we reach Lesbos?
That position has already been filled by one of my centuriones. A good man, easily up to the task. My job now is to watch your back and help you settle into your new life.
I'm honored to have you with me.
Happy to be at your service.
Have you talked to any of the other passengers?
I had a brief talk with that gladiator who boarded before us, just to make sure he won't give us any trouble. He seems to have vanished, though. The young man over there, Gaius, is apparently the nephew of the other consul, Marcus Aurelius Cotta. He's here to become a tribunus as well. You should talk to him if you haven't already. I'm sure you'll have much in common.
I should talk to the Triarchos. Oh, we just reset over here. Gaius. Salve.
Salve.
Oh my goodness, I called that. Alright, that's awesome. Salve, I don't believe we've been properly introduced. My name is Octavius Nautius Aculeo.
It is a pleasure. I am Gaius Julius Caesar.
Huh. Well met. This is all quite new to me. Mind if I ask you a few questions?
Not at all. But keep in mind, I'm not the most experienced soldier either.
Where are
I
you
was
from?
born in Rome, but they say my family is from Alba Longa.
Why did you join the Legion?
That's a long story, my friend. Suffice to say, the powers that be are not fond of me. I have decided that staying in Rome could be, shall we say, hazardous to my health.
How many wars did you fight in?
To be honest, this will be my first proper battle. I did study a lot, though, and therefore I am well versed in matters of strategy and tactics.
This is my first military assignment. Do you have any advice?
If you don't play an important part, you will be torn apart. My father used to say. I guess that was his way of telling me to be brave and hopefully not stupid.
Vada Gaius. We shall talk later. Triarchus. Geminus. Okay, here he is.
I heard he's running from a senator who wants him dead.
Shh! Keep your voice down.
I guess
What
we
is he
can.
looking for?
He's been like this all morning.
Geminus. Salve. Geminus, wasn't it?
What? Yes, Geminus. Salve. I'm a little preoccupied.
It's a very fine galley you have here. I'll almost be sad to step off it when we reach Lesbos. Do you have our destination in sight?
Ah, thank you. I work hard to keep her in good condition. We should be at our destination just after midday, so please enjoy the rest of your journey. Wait.
What is it?
Shit. They're headed straight towards us. They're gonna ram!
Get your father's weapons. Let's see if you can actually fight.
Okay, here we go. Being attacked by what looks like Greek pirates. I mean, we are in the Adriatic, it seems. Oh, the Aegean. Never mind. Yeah. Oh my goodness. That's not good.
Are you alright?
I'm fine, Kenturio.
Form up! Let's get these pirates off our ship!
Before combat begins, you'll often have time to organize your Praetorians into formation within an area highlighted in blue. Simply click on one of your Praetorians, then click where you want to place them. It's generally a good idea to put your heavy infantry in the front and your archers and support behind them. When you're ready, click the end turn button or press end to begin. Okay. So we have heavy infantry in the front. There he is. Support. Okay, I'm going to put support in the back because he's an older guy. I'm going to put him somewhere else. Ordering characters. During combat, characters can take actions in any order. For example, you can move a ranged character a few hexes toward an enemy, shoot, and then move back again. You are also free to swap between characters during your turn. For example, one character can move, another character can move and attack, and then the first character can attack as well. You can even move or attack with a character while another character is still moving. Try it out. Okay, so we're going to have him move back here. And we're going to have our archer move back here. Okay, this is me. And then Geminus. Geminus is going to be over here. I'm going to stay right behind Kaiso here. Okay. Gimnites. Okay, so these are just a bunch of militia here. Okay, so let's give ourselves a little bit of space here to maneuver. So what is his weapon? Let's see. Doesn't say what his weapon is. So unlike in, say, Vikings, which I only played for a little bit. Okay. Gaius Julius Caesar. Okay, so Caesar, he has an... okay, so he's a support character. There we go. Okay. Turns out Xenodos has a lot of, he has a lot of HP. Okay. Alright, so it's not telling me what the weapons are and what they do yet, so let's just let the game do this. And go to the next turn. Attacking. To attack an enemy, first select which skill to use. Each skill cannot be used more than once per turn. Many skills require your action point to use, and some have limited charges per encounter. Okay, so let's say, for example, let's start off with Kaiser. Let's see. So he can use aimed shot, crippling shot, or interrupt. Okay, interrupt. He has a bow. Arcus. So, let's see. Aim shot applies harried to enemies. Applies crippled to enemies. Okay, so let's cripple some of the people who are in the back here. Status effects. Any status effects applied to a character will show up in their tooltip. The number indicates the remaining duration in combat rounds, whilst the bars indicate how severe the effect is. Status effects can be positive, negative, or neutral. To get more information about a status effect, press the See Status Effects key to open a list of the statuses currently affecting a character. Okay, so right now there's a bunch of... so he has cripple here. So the thing is that I can't... It just says right there at the bottom. I can't hover over it once it shows, so that's kind of unfortunate. Okay, so let's... there's cover here, I'm assuming. So we're going to have... Cineros, what can he do? Concussive Strike, bludgeoning damage and armor shred applies weakened to enemies. Reach, weapon skill, bludgeoning damage, armor shred, range 2 hexes. So he can stand a little bit further behind here. So I'm going to have him stay here. He could also use logistics, applies coordinated to allies, +2 movement maximum. Okay, so that's, let's go ahead and use that. Okay, let's not actually use that yet. Let's see what everybody can do. So Kaiso, what can Kaiso do? He could do affects multiple targets, also hits any enemy on the target's left for half damage. Okay, so that's not going to work exactly here. Shield push the target 1 hex away if there's a free space behind him. So what I can do is say I can push him here, and then attack both of these guys right here. Brace, and so that regains 2 stacks of strong. Applies strong to self for each stack. 25% of the character's shield strength maximum is restored at the beginning of their turn. 1 stack is lost every time the shield takes a hit. So instead of, so there's 2 points, 2 HP for that shield here. So what I could do, he's carrying a Scutum and a Gladius. So what I can do here is I say I can push him. Requires 1 shield strength. So I'm going to push the target 1 hex away. So I'm going to enact this. I'm going to see if this works. I'm going to try pushing him 1 hex away. I'm going to add logistics here. Okay, so these guys were all coordinated now. Okay, so let's have him go here. And we'll have him push forward. Ah, okay, so it's... Let's just attack him first. And when this guy comes in here, he'll be able to attack both of these guys. But he's done. And so what can I do? I am wielding a Gladius and a fist. So no shield. Slash and then punch. So doesn't really do very much. But I'm going to move here. To cover. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to move here because then he'll come here and then we can slash. He can slash here. And then let's have this guy move because then he can reach, right? And so we can have him move as well. There we go. You have unspent action points. Ah, he can attack still. I'm gonna wait though. You know, I could probably take this guy out. If he 2 to 5 slashing damage, I could probably take him out. Let's do this. Untrained enemies. Whenever you kill or incapacitate an untrained character, such as civilians or militia, in this case, like Gimnites, the character who dealt the final blow will regain their attack action. Ah! Remember that any given skill can only be used once per turn, and action points cannot be saved for the next turn. Try to finish off any untrained enemy with a character who will still have a skill left to use in that same turn. Okay, so theoretically he can still move. He can move quite a bit. And this guy's already incapacitated, right? So if he can move, he regains his attack. He could probably just go on the attack here. This guy is going to be incapacitated. He's crippled, so he can't move. Let's go ahead and, yeah. Let's punch. Okay. Can anybody else move? So I'm going to have him move up here to kind of flank. We're going to have everybody move forward. Okay, so these are NPCs. Ooh. Oh. Oh no. Yikes. Pokey pokey. Oh no.
Where's that gladiator who boarded with us?
Up there!
Ah, nice.
Never underestimate the value of an impressive entrance.
Nice job, Bestia. Okay. Bestia Tabat. Okay, so what can he do? He has Precise Stab, generates 1 focus, cannot be blocked or resisted. 1/2 weapon skill, so he generates 2 focus, make 2 attacks at half normal damage. So if we do that, we could probably, if we can, see these guys right here. I'm gonna move him. He can't move after this point, but that's okay. We're gonna have him charge forward. And then the other skill he has the 1/2, generates 2 focus. He'll be fine. I fully trust him to be able to control these guys. Okay. Oh no! Ah, right, if you move into the yellow, you don't have any attacks. So really, that was the wrong move to make, but that's okay. We're learning here. So, let's have him slash. And then we'll have him slash here. Why can't he slash? Oh wait, I don't have the right character selected. Okay. Okay, so action restored. So we can go up here and actually take this guy out. Attack him. Oh, we can bash him. But he could move back because there's a crate behind him. Okay. So let's have, let's him incapacitate. Okay. Out of range. Okay, let's have him move first. Ooh, target's out of range. Okay. Ah, line of sight, huh? Ooh, in the back. Okay, that's what you want. That was good. Good job. Can he still apply crippling shot? Ah. There you go. Nice job, Caesar, or Kaiser. Okay, we have a couple of enemies here. Can we control this guy? No, we cannot. Okay. So, he can reach. Can he go through somebody? Does he have line of sight here? Okay, let's apply reach. Action restored. Oh, it took him down. What? Okay. So now, if we attack him... Do we have any attack left? We do not. Okay, so let's have this guy... go here. And he can probably take this guy out. Attack of opportunity. If you move out of a hex that is adjacent to an enemy with wielding a melee weapon, they will get an attack of opportunity. Watch for a red arrow along your path to see if you'll get attacked. Each character can make one attack of opportunity per turn. Okay, he has no more attack left. Let's have him get a little bit of cover here. And now, oh yeah, he can apply coordinated. Actually, no. Let's move up here. No. Yeah, sure. It's not really going to affect anybody except for me. So let's go ahead and... Oh! Nope, that was the wrong move to make. So I can move further away, but I think, yeah, we're done. I can move up here. Yeah, we've got this bottom part of the map unlocked, so I'm not worried about that at all. We have nobody left with an attack. Kaisar can still... Nope, can't do anything. I don't know why his portrait is outlined in red. Oh, status effects here. He has cripple also. Okay. Oh no! Two glancing. Ah, maybe glancing damage. Okay, so Sinargos, you need to... Cineros, you need to get out of here. Okay, so actually... Oh! Stabbed in the back, huh? Okay, let's have him do, can he do reach?
Deadly with that thing.
I've lived other lives before this one.
Yeah, this guy is pretty hardcore. Okay, I'm gonna have him move and take care of this guy to protect Sinodos, because that seemed like it was pretty rough. There we go. Action restored. Let's have him keep moving up to this part of the map here. Alright. Bestia. What can you do here? Precise stab. So it generates one focus, so I'm not sure exactly what that means. But we'll find out, I'm sure. Okay, so I think he can move if he wants to, but I think we're going to leave him right here. So this guy's a... Let's see. Crippling shot, interrupt. Ooh! That's right. I keep forgetting about those attacks of opportunity. Okay. Okay, so he's gonna wait till he gets to him. And so for me, I can slash here. And I can still move. I'm gonna move back here, get a little bit more cover. Do we have anybody left who can move or attack? I don't think so. Well, we have Kaisar who can do an interrupt. So yeah, he's already done interrupt though. So I think we're good. We're gonna wait until they can move.
This is it! Just one more!
Can we get the killing blow on this guy here? Let's get him some more XP. I'm not exactly sure if this actually is XP.
Excellent. Keep at them and this will soon be over.
Bestia, take care of him. Uninjured, very nice.
Back to Neptune's asshole, barbarians!
Nice.
The Triarchus run us straight into the pirate ambush stream. Allow me to execute him right here and right now. This traitor must be working with them.
We're sailing to join a war against pirates. It's not so surprising that we should be attacked by pirates on our way.
Don't be naive. This was no random attack. They were out for blood.
It is quite unusual for pirates to attack any ship, let alone a heavily armed Roman galley. They prefer to attack lightly defended coastal towns instead. It's less risky and more profitable.
Well, let's go talk to the man.
Triarchos?
Geminos, you steered us into a trap.
What do you have to say for yourself?
I had nothing to do with it, I promise. They came out of nowhere.
Silence! You utter nonsense! By Mars, it is the sea! How can anyone come from nowhere?
We cannot execute a man based on no evidence. Besides, we need our Triarchus to make it safely ashore.
What do you say, kid? What do you think we should do?
Gaius, if pirates don't attack ships as you say, why would these ones make an exception?
We are, many of us, important people, on our way to join the action against Lesbos. Is it not conceivable that the rebels heard of us? The Kingdom of Pontus is known to sponsor pirates, to harass and weaken Rome. I do not believe we have any reason to suspect our Triarchus of colluding with them.
Why are you asking me? You are the primus. This kind of decision is your responsibility.
I'm just a humble canturio, albeit a particularly well-dressed one. Lucullus has greater plans for you. Your father's dead. The time to rely on others to make difficult decisions for you is gone.
Why do you want him dead, Gladiator?
We are close to our destination, and we can reach it without him. If there is a possibility that he is working with the enemy, we cannot risk to let him live.
Okay, calm down,
Mercy,
Bestia.
doubt, hesitation. These are all openings that the enemy can exploit to kill you. This man's value to us is far less than the threat he may pose.
We'll figure that out later on. What's done is done. There's nothing to gain from executing the Triarchos now.
Very well. We shall spare his life. But remember, mercy is a luxury you will not always be able to afford.
Perhaps. But in this case, we certainly can't afford to lose our Triarchos. We still have to reach Lesbos.
A wise choice, my friend. Killing the Triarchus of our ship in the middle of the sea would have been inconvenient, indeed.
Thank you. If you ever again need the help of a skilled navigator, I am at your service.
Rowers, up the tempo! And keep your eyes open.
Quest succeeded. Quest complete. So it looks like our different praetorii praetorians have different personalities, and they'll base their opinion on you, or they'll change their opinion of you based on what you do. Wedes, the speed and unpredictability of light infantry allows them to cause great chaos among enemy ranks. Okay, so we're trying to create our character here. Subclasses: assassins have good mobility and high single target damage. Duelists are evasive fighters that dodge and weave between attacks. Brawlers are versatile fighters that excel at penetrating enemy lines. Okay, so let's choose our starting skill. Let's see, can we... Oh, okay, we have different classes down here. Ooh, I like ranged. I always liked ranged classes, but they seem to be... I don't know, they can be kind of tricky to operate, right? So getting in there and hacking and slashing, being like a kind of a rogue character, doing like a stabby assassin also sounds really fun. Let's take a look. Can we actually save at this point? No, we cannot. So it's kind of forcing you to choose this without being able to go back, which is kind of interesting as a game mechanic, right? So we have a Princeps, who's a heavy armor. So this guy is pretty much a tank, right? The Princeps, Wedes, so this is a light infantry. Sagittarius is an archer. And a Triarius. Okay, so he has a spear, long reach. That's also pretty nice, but what happens if somebody closes in? But he can be a medic, right? So that's kind of fun. Flag bearers control the battlefield by buffing allies and moving enemies. So he's a support character. And then destroyers deliver devastating attacks that damage enemy armor. So he could be one of three. Area effect, logistics, Warhorn, applies rallied to allies, and then death blow. Okay, so that's kind of fun. That's a starting skill here. He can do yeah, let's see. Sagittarius Marksman. The defensive archers that deny areas to the enemy. Hunters are close range multi-target shooters. Snipers prefer to pick off single targets at great distance. Ooh, okay, so I'm torn between playing ranged and playing healer. So he has Princeps helmet, heavy Lorike Hamata, regular strong armor, and then Lankea, a worn pike, right? So he has a pike. A Princeps, okay, so Princeps, I'm not going to be a shield bearer. This is, you know, obviously tank, and I usually don't tank in most games. They'll have other people who are tanks here, but that'll be fun for somebody to play. Welles, so this is light infantry, so it's going to be, I don't know what classes I want to do. So Assassin, what do they do? 100% critical chance for the next attack by this character. Applies Savage. Shiv makes a quick offhand attack at half damage, which does not cost an action point. And then tactical advantage applies to self, will not incur any attacks of opportunity. Okay. So that used to be free, and so I'm comparing it. I only played a few hours of Expeditions Viking, but comparing the two, it seems like this is something, a tactical advance that was available to everybody, is now kind of debuffed, and is, I guess, localized, limited to certain classes here, or at least at the very beginning. So if we take a look at the Sagittarius, Marksman, piercing damage, quick shot, and ranging shot, and I think Triarius, this is pretty neat. I don't know, this is, yeah, I feel like I want to play a Triarius. You can have range, right? You can't shoot across the battlefield, but I feel like in some ways, maybe playing as a marksman, when somebody closes in on you, that's tough, right? So playing a support, right? Being a medic, that yeah, we need healers. We need healers, right? You always need a good healer on a team. Yeah, maybe pike and staff. Let's try it. Let's try it. Let's play as a Triarius. Third line, right? So reduce the effectiveness of enemies and improve the performance of their allies. He does have death blow though, so that's a fun thing to do. Applies coordinated to allies, +2 movement maximum, so that's also helpful. But I feel like right now, choosing the target skill of Warhorn, area effect 6 hex, applies 25% plus damage. I think that's kind of cool too. I haven't actually so medic, obviously, logistics, we could probably unlock these as time goes on, to heal, but buffing allies by applying 25% damage. Use cost. Okay, so it's both movement and attack. And I think you can get all... These are all skills that you can have, but I think you can pick them as time goes on. Thing about Warhorn is that it reduces your mobility, right? So if you pick this and you're stuck in a place, you have to make sure that... and I don't know... It looks like you have 3 charges during a battle, so you can't just like spam Warhorn, right? But applying 25% damage actually, I think, can do a lot. Sometimes I've noticed that, like, when you're fighting an enemy and their HP is down to the very last couple of points, that would have been, if you had used Warhorn, that enemy would have been done, right? So let's use, let's try something a little different from what I usually do in most games. So I'm gonna play, well, I do play support, so I'll like to, we'll see what support does in this game. And he can have a Warhorn. Yeah. And I think we can't choose more than one. Right, so we're going to start off with Warhorn. So, and he's a Triarius. Okay. Let's do this. This is going to be so interesting. I love the Roman time period. I studied a lot of ancient history in college. That was kind of one of my specializations as a history major. So this is going to be real fun. Act 1, Asia Minor, or Asia Minor. 1st century BC. Lucullus's legion camp on the island of Lesbos.
Gentlemen, welcome to Lesbos, the pearl of the Mediterranean.
An ugly nest of pirates.
An impenetrable fortress of pirates, more like. With an infinite food supply thanks to the strength of their fleet.
We shall find a way to limit this infinite supply, then.
You think like an imperator, Gaius. All right, people. This is Lucullus's war camp. the heart of our operations in this territory. You have been seaborne for a long time now. I suggest you walk it off. See the things you have to see, and meet the people you have to meet. The consul waits in the command tent. Don't be too late if you don't want to see him angry.
Find and talk to Lucullus when you're ready to proceed. Okay, let's go ahead and save this. Alright, find Lucullus. Now, we can zoom out, but only to a small degree, right? Panning is not W, or it is not Q and E. I feel like I want to try to control that. I like being able to rotate without pressing the middle mouse button on here. Let's see. So there's a bunch of randos here, right? Lucullus seems to be in his tent. Let's see who we can talk to here. Looks like this is a pretty big war camp. There's a couple of people here who we can talk to. Will follow us. Let's talk to the people in our party. Cineros.
Domine.
How are you doing,
I
Cineros?
am hungry and my face is wind-burned, but at least both of my feet are planted on solid ground now.
Why would Mother send me here of all
To
places?
save your life, of course. She firmly believes the Witelli killed your father. Sending you here was the best course of action.
Okay, so I thought that if you kept pressing just the question mark ones, you'd always go back to the rest of the options. Turns out maybe not. Okay, so we don't know if it's the Witellius who did this, right? So I don't want to say that. To tell you the truth, I'm glad to be here. It's a fine place to make a name for myself.
Most great men of Rome have made names for themselves on campaigns like these, it is true. Such glory can easily be the foundation of a lucrative political career, so long as one returns alive.
What do you know about the consul?
Dominus Lucius Licinius Lucullus was a close friend of your father's, and a supporter of your mother's efforts. He is now the closest thing you have to a father. You ought to keep this in mind.
Do you need anything?
Besides a good wine, a warm bath, and a thorough massage, not much. Thank you. But you should think about yourself, Domine.
What should I do, Cineros?
I would get used to my surroundings and visit the consul as soon as possible. We're here to accomplish something. Time to find out what it is.
I'll talk to you later. Okay, Bestia Tabat.
Salve.
You're a Bestia Tabat, right? I'm Octavius Nautius Aculeo.
I am called Bestia Tabat indeed. You fight well. I noticed it.
May I ask you a few questions?
You may ask, and I may answer or not.
Your name is quite unusual. Is Bestia your family name?
Your name is unusual. Tabat is the name that was given to me by my father. Bestia is the name I took when I earned my freedom. I chose it because I have fought and defeated many beasts.
Where are you from?
I was born in Mauritania, but I am a Roman citizen.
Have you ever fought in a war before?
Until I undertook this voyage, I fought every single day in the arena. But wars, this will be my first.
You were a gladiator. You must know much of combat then. Any advice to give?
I recommend you to not die. Honor matters little. He who stands tall in the end will always be a winner.
Smart. It's good advice. What can you tell me about the commanders here?
They say Lucullus has the greatest military mind in Rome. I only know he is consul and imperator, but I don't understand what that means.
How have you lived in Rome without knowing what these titles mean?
This is my first time seeing a senator outside of the spectator stands.
Consul means he is one of the 2 men elected to rule all of Rome this year.
Ah, like a king, but temporary.
We Romans do not like the word king. We have fought hard to build a republic for all Romans free of the tyranny of kings.
Free of the tyranny of kings? Perhaps Romans prefer other kinds of tyranny.
You didn't like the Tiarchos, did you?
You will fail again and cause the death of someone you care about. And that death will be your doing. Mark my words.
See you on the field of battle. That guy's hardcore. That was weird and foreboding.
How
Did
long
not
are they
like
going to
that.
keep us here? It's driving me crazy too.
Saw Agrippa harassing that old Service with the limp again.
On the beach,
That
day
small
in, day
dick
out, waiting for
bully.
something.
Did you tell the Praefectus?
He won't do anything about it. Agrippa is connected back home.
One day that man is going to fall out of a watchtower to his death. It'll be tragic.
Don't joke about that kind of thing.
I love the voice acting. They've done a really good job with this.
This is not
okay.
going to work, as long as the rebels keep receiving supplies by sea.
We will need to cut their supply lines. It's an operation for our occulta speculatores.
I'm going to remain silent and see what they're saying.
Well, don't just stand there like
Oops.
a plant. Come on in. By Jupiter, you sure have grown up, haven't you? This is the promising young man I was telling you about, Thermus.
Quite unassuming, but full of potential, I guess. Prime material for the speculatores, if he can prove himself.
What are the speculatores?
A special cohort assembled for particularly daring undertakings.
Commandos, pretty much.
Soon enough, you shall see the kind of thing they are tasked to carry out.
Just tell me what needs to be done. Hold on. I thought my role was supposed to be largely administrative. This seems to be a much more dangerous position.
Your father would roll in his grave at the thought of his son wasting his time as a tribunus. Inaction is the bane of a bright mind. A trial by fire is what you need. Now pay attention. We've been in a deadlock here on Lesbos for some time now. My co-consul, Marcus Aurelius Cotta, is engaged against King Mithridates of Pontus in the east. Mithridates is using the pirates of Lesbos as his navy.
The fortress of Mytilene here is well protected, but it also has a weakness. There's a mountain pass we can utilize. I will lead the assault myself.
I volunteer for the vanguard. If my uncle can defeat Pontus, I can surely handle Mytilene.
So be it, then. Meanwhile, you will prove yourself as a leader, my young ward. Take Caeso Quintius Acollinus, your Servus Cineros, and that gladiator who came with you on the ship. You will meet up with Iulius Calidus of my legion Speculatores. Your mission is to sneak into the harbor and destroy the enemy ships any way you can. I expect you have questions.
I was given the impression that I was to serve as your tribunus.
If you're worried about your future political prospects, have no fear. We will tell everyone you served as my tribunus with great distinction.
Why can I not take part in the main assault like Gaius?
If you are fast, you may yet play a part in that. But for the assault to succeed, you must do this first.
All of this is just a secondary operation to Cotta's campaign?
That doesn't make what we're doing any less important. Mithridates has a dozen warriors for each of our legionari. Defeating Pontus will require patience and caution. Regaining control of the Aegaeum Mare is a crucial step in cutting off Mithridates' supply lines.
I prefer to choose my own people, but to be fair, I think the people that we've chosen, I mean, who else am I going to choose?
Prove yourself, and you will be able to name your companions. However, you will want Calidus on your team. Trust me.
No more questions, I'll do what needs to be done.
Wait. Are those your father's old weapons? I'm sure they mean a lot to you, but look, the leather is brittle. This won't do. Visit my smith, Sextus, and get yourself properly equipped before you go.
Leaving the area. When you're ready to leave the area, look for this icon, the exit, to find an exit to the world map. Okay, so let's talk to Gaius. Or let's talk to Lucius.
Salve, son, do you need anything?
I want to thank you for saving my life.
That is unnecessary. I just wish your father could see you like this. He would have been proud.
Why did you save me? What do you stand to gain from my survival?
Your father was like a brother to me, and as such, you are like my own child. Not everything is a balance sheet. Some matters are just personal.
You and my father were close?
We served together under Cornelius Sulla in the Social War. He was the most talented spy I've ever known.
He was a spy. He never talked about those days.
The Social War was nasty business. Rome fighting her own allies. Most people would rather forget. But I believe we must never run from our past.
This is not the first time Mithridates has fought Rome.
My mentor, Cornelius Sulla, defeated him some years ago when he first invaded our province of Asia. Mithridates exploits the ebb and flow of the conflict between the factions of our Senate. He strikes when Rome is divided, like a vulture circling a wounded wolf.
How can Mithridates pose a threat to the might of Rome?
Pontus is a strong nation. They have conquered Colchis, Cappadocia, and Bithynia, and these conquests have made them bold. Mithridates himself is a fascinating figure. They say he has rendered himself immune to poison.
The people we're here to fight, are they pirates or rebels?
Lesbos has rebelled against Rome. We call them pirates for political reasons, when in reality these people are organized much like a navy. They are allied with Mithridates, Megas of Pontus. He is without a doubt the most dangerous enemy Rome has faced since Hannibal.
I will see you later, Patrone. Okay, let's go ahead and save this. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright, so we have a glass of water here for hydrating, stretching, getting a little bit of a walk around. Observer run. Austria assembled a standing army of 500,000 to fight Russia. Huh. Well, you know, with an all... Yeah, depending on how you set up that observer run. Obviously that, yeah. I don't know what Austria looks like or what they're doing. But yeah. Okay, let's talk to Gaius.
Salve.
Hey, you're an interesting man, Gaius.
Interesting. I shall accept this as a compliment, but prepare to be disappointed. To the extent of my knowledge and ability, I shall try to be as helpful as I can.
First time I've traveled so far from home.
Indeed. Staying in Rome became, shall we say, politically disadvantageous to me. That's why I left it. Like you, I've never been to Lesbos before. I did my homework, though, in case you have any questions.
So what do you know about this
Lesbos is
island?
one of the most important islands on this sea. Some cartographers call it the Horse Island, on account of its shape.
Why are there pirates here?
Location, I would guess. The island has countless coves and natural harbors for pirate ships to hide in. Not to mention the massive fortress in Mytilene.
Mytilene. Oh, this guy knows that's a Upsilon. Mytilene. Our armies vastly superior to these Greeks. I don't see why we can't simply wipe them out.
Be that as it may, their position here is superior. Mytilene is right next to the sea, and their fleet brings them supplies constantly. It's a stalemate.
There's something else I want to talk to you about.
Of course.
Do you think that Triancros was working with
Does
the
it
enemy?
matter? For the sake of this discussion, let us say he was a traitor. In the end, we are triumphant and the pirates are dead. The Triarchus, if indeed he worked with them, now knows he picked the wrong side. In a war like this, allegiances are rarely about ideology. The common person wants nothing more than to be on the winning side, and we have shown Geminus that the winning side is ours.
Good point. This war camp looks like the town itself.
Fascinating, isn't it? The Legion can build a fortified camp like this almost overnight. In my opinion, that is the foundation of Rome's military might.
Indeed. Let us talk later, Gaius.
Wait. Listen, you seem trustworthy. I may have need for your help on a rather sensitive matter.
That depends on what kind of sensitive matter we're talking about.
Your caution is well placed, but the sensitivity of the matter is rather personal in nature. I have tried pursuing a solution myself, but to no avail.
I understand. Tell me how I can be of assistance.
I've been keeping a detailed account of our journey ever since we left port. Shortly after our arrival, however, the journal went missing. I believe it to be stolen by one of the Centuriones.
Are you sure it was stolen?
I'm reasonably sure. The journal might be misplaced, but I find this to be improbable since I write regularly.
What makes you think it was Centurio who stole it?
I have seen a particular man walking out of my tent. As a matter of fact, I have already confronted him, and he pretty much admitted his guilt.
But why would he steal your diary?
Pain comes in many forms. Physical, emotional, and let us say that some men just enjoy inflicting pain in all forms.
This is a serious accusation, and if true, a serious crime. We should inform the Primus Pilos.
Roman law is valid in Rome, and our perpetrator knows this. This is a personal matter, and therefore it should be solved personally.
Why don't you simply walk up to the Centurio and retrieve your property yourself?
That I have already tried. He threatened me in a way. He said if I continue bothering him, he would read the contents of my journal publicly.
I don't understand what's so threatening about that.
It is my private journal, wherein I write my private thoughts. I am not ready for those to be publicized.
Totally get that. Very well, tell me what I can do for you.
The Centurio is called Agrippa, I think. He hangs out with his friends near the tent over there. I thought perhaps you could convince him to hand over my journal. Needless to say, I would like to keep the contents of the journal private. I would appreciate if you'd refrain from reading it.
All right. All right. Agrippa. I heard them talking about, yeah. Somebody was talking about Agrippa. Okay, where's this? Oh, in the tent? Is this Sextus? Okay, so travel to the warehouse. So he travels, okay, his friends and the tent. Can we, I think, oh, okay, so it's not just automatic. It's not going to be like, oh, hey, here's Agrippa. Ooh, what happened here? Alright, let's keep saving this. No changes, huh? Just a normal run. Yeah, sometimes I mean, honestly, I feel like if you do observer mode, the computer can kind of just play around in the AI space. Do whatever it wants. Okay. So the interesting thing is that I'm not sure. Okay, what's this? Quests. Here we go. Caesar's Journal. Okay, I'm gonna activate this track quest. Find and talk to Agrippa. Okay, so there it is.
We're in the middle of something, Tribune. What do you want?
Ah, okay, so this is just like an NPC. I believe you're in possession of someone's private property. I'm here to retrieve it.
This? Ah, but this is priceless. A journal written by Cotter's stupid nephew, who thinks of himself as the greatest commander history has ever seen.
What else does he say in there?
He drew his blade pointed defiantly at the looming horizon. Set sail, he proclaimed. We have a world to conquer.
Is he talking about himself?
Well, he must be. Listen to this. Monstrous teeth gleaming in the pale moonlight. The pirates attacked with a ferocity hitherto unseen on open seas. His compatriots wavered, shaking in fear. Clearly they'd never witnessed such villainy. But his wit was made of steel. With a thundering battle cry, he rallied them and led the charge into the heart of an epic battle on high seas.
Okay, I feel like this is a way of knowing what's inside the journal without actually having to read it and feel like I didn't do anything about it, but that's fine. That's enough. What he writes in his personal journal is for him to decide. Now hand it over.
Why don't you send him back here to beg for it again?
I don't have 300 denarii. Okay, he sent me instead, and he will reward you if you return his journal. Okay, that's a little... I don't know if he's going to do that. Okay, for some reason I can't use this logos. I can only do pathos. I'll make it worth your while. The journal in exchange for 300 denarii.
For this worthless drivel? Now that's a bargain. Take it.
I don't even know. What's party management? Okay. Character stats. How many denarii did I just lose? These are the character's combat stats. The values shown here include all bonuses from the character's skills and items, however, over each stat to get a description of what it does. Perks and personality. The character's personality traits determine which of your words or actions will cause the character to gain or lose approval for you. Perks give bonuses when assigned to certain tasks in the camp or when commanding the Legion in battle. Okay, so I like how it didn't take any of my face stuff into account, and he looks so different here. But how much denarii does he have? Okay, so he starts off with 3,000. We have 10 slaves. Are used to constructing staff buildings in your Legion fort. Slaves that are assigned to an upgrade will no longer be available as a resource. 100 rations and then 20 medicine. Okay. Quinctius. They all have the same kind of face, it looks like. Cineros. And then Bestia Tabat. Okay. This had better be worth it, Caesar. I spent 300 denarii to get this thing back. And no, I don't know what it says about you in there. I have no idea. Come here, Gaius.
Salve, I see you have successfully retrieved my journal. May I ask how you managed it?
Everything has a price. In this case, the price was 300 denarii. Either that, or if the ends justify the means are irrelevant. 300 denarii. I don't want to say if I, like, paid him that. Because, well, you know, but at the same time, he'll give it back to me. Or he'll go take it out with Agrippa. In either case, it puts him on the line, but say, it's due to cost me 300 denarii.
You paid out of your own pocket. I don't know what to say. Thank you. I'm literally in your debt.
That'll be unnecessary. You'll pay me some other way. I'll keep that in mind. You owe me one.
You have already started collecting favors. Wise. One last question before we're done. Did you read my journal?
Hither came Gaius Julius Caesar, blah blah blah, to tread the jeweled thrones of the earth under his sandaled teeth. Are you sure this is correct? No. I must admit I have. I could not control my curiosity. Nope, I have not. Of course not. Your request was quite clear. Though we've recently met, I think of you as a friend, and something as valuable as friendship is not worth the fleeting satisfaction of one's curiosity.
Thank you for your discretion. I assure you I feel the same way.
See you later. Enjoy the rest of your day. Okay. Travel to the warehouse and meet Julius Calidus. No, I want to talk to the smith. Where's Sextus? Is this Sextus here? Yeah. Oh, okay, he's running. Taking him a while.
Salve, Legionari. If you're here to get your weapons fixed, you must have me confused with Vulcan.
With forearms like that and such a lustrous beard, can you blame me for making the mistake?
I can't fault your eyes, but flattery won't help me repair that ancient relic you're carrying. Help yourself to any of the gear on the racks. Take all of it if you need it.
Do you sell materials for smithing?
You'll have to bring your own materials if you want any work done. I've nothing to spare.
If I need something special, can I commission you to smith it for me?
I have enough work on my hands right now supplying the consul's Centuriones.
Thank you, Ferraria. I'm sure I'll see you again. Interactive objects. To see which objects you can interact with, press left Alt. Click on the equipment on the table to collect the contents or dismantle it for salvage. Salvage is used to craft new equipment. Okay, so left Alt. Ah, it's right here. Elankea. worn staff, a worn pike. Lorica Hamata. Okay, so is this take all? You've received a piece of equipment, but you must assign it to a character before it can be used. Click here or press I to open your party inventory. All unequipped items currently in your possession show up here. Okay, so we have upgrades for all of these things. Nope, not wearing a toga. Heavy Lorica Hamata. Okay. So this is a little confusing here. Okay, Lankea and the Roman staff 1. So, toga. There we go. Okay, so, okay, here's the stuff in my inventory. This is what I'm carrying. Okay, so I have a Gladius, and I don't have a helmet. I have a fist. Okay, so we have a Lankea 1 and a Roman staff 1. Okay, C skills. Extend. Weapons. Oh, okay. Huh. Hamstring. Okay, so we can use this to apply stuck to enemies. Piercing damage, and then we can do marking strike. Applies spotted to enemies. Or we can use the Roman staff one, which is concussive strike, bludgeoning damage, applies weaken to enemies. Heavy blow, if your target is blinded, harried, or weakened, they will be knocked down. Okay, so that's heavy. That's cool. So if they're already harried, they can be knocked down with the heavy blow. Reach. So I think, yeah. I think I'll do the Roman staff. Yeah, let's equip the Roman staff. When you equip a weapon, you gain access to its skills. You can hover over any item to see what skills it will give you access to, if any. Each character can carry 2 sets of weapons and can freely swap between them in combat. Click this button or press Q to select which weapons are your current set. Only the skills from your current set will be shown in the skill bar. Okay, so we can equip both these guys, right? So we have a Roman staff 1. Wait, it's two-handed. So we can carry it, theoretically, right? So, theoretically speaking, we have the ability to carry both of those, but we're going to use the staff. Travel to the warehouse and meet Julius Calidus. Where is the warehouse? I guess.
The pirates are getting bolder. They attacked another one of our galleys this morning.
Geminus tell you too?
That's right.
This is the second time his galley's been attacked, and yet he still lives.
Lucullus has asked you and your companions to meet with the spies near Mytilene and participate in some daring plan of theirs. This is already shaping up to be quite an interesting vacation. Travel to the warehouse and meet Julius Calidus. Okay, so we don't really have a map yet.